I had read Miriam Taves's book, All My Puny Sorrows, and I was completely in love with this book. So when I received the script and it was Sarah Polley, based on a novel by Miriam Taves, I was like, oh my God, this is, I couldn't wait to get home and read it. Yeah, as I said, it was a really remarkable read and extremely moving. And then, I wanted to work with Sarah. I could feel I could just feel like this was something important, that it was saying something important in the world now. And I thought it would probably be fun, and it was, despite the heavy nature of the material. It was a lot of, it was a beautiful experience. I think that when I first read the script, I was startled by the kind of uncompromising nature of the writing, the fact that Sarah Polley just allowed these women to talk at that length, and given that amount of space, and allowing for such complexity and such knotty, difficult, emotional and intellectual discussion. I really feel like August is a character who's slightly defined by what, in some ways, by what he isn't. Like, because he really doesn't fit in with the masculine environment of his community. He's an outcast. He's regarded as ridiculous and effeminate, and I think with some suspicion. And there's a beautiful line in the book about how he is someone with an unusually strong need for forgiveness, which isn't something that's mentioned in our film, but I always had that in my mind, of someone who's very aware of the failings of human beings, how we constantly fall short, how we could always do better. I think that's very powerful for him. A group of women in a Mennonite community have discovered that the attacks that had happened over a sustained period of time upon them was not, as they had been told by the men of the community and by the elders of the community, that it was devils and ghosts and that they were being punished for their sins. They learn, in actual fact, that they had been attacked and raped by their husbands and other men in the colony. And it's this discovery that prompts a gathering in a hayloft about what could be done about it, if anything. August is in the hayloft to record the minutes of the meeting, because the women, as I say, have not been given an education and they can't read and write. So he's writing down what they discuss. He's writing down the ebb and flow of their discussion, and he's really just there to listen, to be quiet and pay attention, and to record what's said. I found working with Rooney very, very special, because I think I've always been an enormous fan, so I was quite in awe. And she's quite shy, and I can be quite shy too. But I think that worked for our characters. But there's something so fine about her. I mean, it's almost a bit of a cliche to say it, but there is something otherworldly, truly, like ethereally fine. And she's one of the most principled people, kindest people I've ever met. But to counter all of that, she's also extremely earthy and very funny and very kind of practical and just very cool. So on a level of sort of craft, it was amazing because I watched them do take after take after take of this incredibly difficult, very challenging material, and every time be so alive and present and truthful with their feelings, and it was just extraordinary to see. Despite all the changes that have happened, we still live in a world where men seem to be speaking the loudest, saying the most, offering a male perspective on the world. It's just very important that we see the world from this female perspective. It's very, very, very important. It's very different. It's a very different perspective on the world, and I think it's a better one, on it personally. And I think we can learn something, and it's the balance needs a fixing. We've been out of balance for far, far too long. So I think this film is a small step, well, hopefully a big step towards, you know, in as much as films can do to change that discussion.